Hey, what's up guys? I'm just giving you an update on the tomatoes that we added the lime to a few weeks ago now. You can check out the original video and you can find out how many weeks it has been. But there's bamboo stakes hidden in there. So they're way over the top of the bamboo stakes. They're sprawling out all over. They're starting to get tomatoes on them. They have plenty of blossoms on them. Oh, they're probably 4 to 5 feet high now. So you can obviously see, like I said in the previous video, the garden lime does not hurt them, it only helps them. The Dolomite garden lime, it fights off the blossom end rot, adds calcium to the soil, adds magnesium to the soil, helps you with overall growth, strengthens your stems, keeps your stalks nice and strengthened, gets them nice and big so they can be nice super highways for all your nutrients. So anyone having problems with blight and having problems with the bottom of their tomatoes turning brown, blossom end rot, add some lime. You can add dolomitic or calcitic. I like to use the dolomitic because of the magnesium. They say you can add too much magnesium to the soil. I mean, I believe that may be possibly true, but I think it'd be an absurd amount of lime you'd have to add to really have an issue with that. So we'll check out the rest of the tomatoes here, a little tomato update. The trellis, or not really trellis, but the fence that I have set up seems to be working quite well so far. We'll go over some things I kind of like and don't like. I don't like the fact that the twine, some spots, like the suckers, I should have picked these suckers. Okay, these are actually, oops, sorry about that. These are actually suckers. This whole branch sticking out here, I should have picked that off before it ever grew out, because what's happening is the tomatoes are going to start to come out this way, and I want them to go up in the air. But overall, the trellis was designed just to support the weight of them, to not have them tip over and stuff during heavy storms when they get fruit on them. I think it's going to work pretty well. I do like the cattle fence a lot better, and I tried even to do the kind of the string method where you just tie a string from the top to the bottom and weave it around. That's okay, but I think the best thing I've liked so far is down here on the end. We'll get down here. So down here, I ran the string ahead of time all the way up to the top, and then all I have to really do is come around every once in a while and just kind of make sure they're growing through here. And like I said, it seems to be supporting the weight pretty good, but I think I'm going to go with the cattle fence next year right here for the tomatoes. Or I might move the tomatoes, maybe I'll do the whole front garden tomatoes. I'm not sure, where I want to do them all. But they're doing good. I've been liming these tomatoes. I've been giving them some fertilizer. Let's check out some of these tomatoes down here. So there's one. I'm not going to tip it up too much because I want to snap it right off. Probably will end up doing it. But you can see there, these are Brandywine tomatoes, so they're going to get really big and kind of probably be a bit disformed on the bottom anyway, if you ever see the bottom of them. But that's not blossom end rot. Some people might think it is. It's not. That's going to be fine. All right, these are going to be really big tomatoes, so they're going to kind of grow out from the bottom. You can see there how the blossom just kind of comes off. It's not blossom end rot, it's just where your blossom used to be. If you do get the blossom end rot, I don't have any really tomatoes with blossom end rot because I use the lime. It will look like it's brown on the bottom, rotting off. There'll be brown spots on the tomatoes. Let's check out this one over here. Pretty good size one. And once again, if I can get it on video here, there's no blossom end rot. That's just where your blossom falls off. All tomatoes will have that little spot. So these tomatoes, on the bottom of them, let's get down low. You can see how you can almost see through right in the bottom there. This is a very good tip for you guys. On the bottom of these tomatoes, I have cleaned them all out. So basically I'm cutting off the bottommost leaves, and what that is to do is to get some airflow underneath the plant. Getting airflow underneath the plant like that keeps it from being too moist, too humid all the time. It fights off the blight. So if you're having problems with blight, you should clean up the bottom of your tomatoes 6 to 8 inches. Just cut off all the stem, or all the leaves basically. I could even go higher. I could even cut some of this stuff off But this is fine. You can see how there I've cut off all the suckers, most of the leaves. I did this to one section almost, not quite one section. But if I come down here, you can see the difference. There's a lot of space here. As we come over, not so much space. And we'll go over to where they're the most crowded on the bottom, and I'll kind of show you where your problems will start. It's not into the rainy season yet, so we're not having an issue yet, but you see in here, I can't even see to the other side because it's so crowded. So what'll happen is, where you end up getting blight is in areas like that, where you have a lot of moisture, a lot of leaf overlap, the moisture stays in there, and nothing can dry up, and you end up getting blight in there. But I haven't had any issues with it yet, so I'm not too concerned. Take a walk down the backside here. Just weeded the garden. I throw the weeds right in the rows here, let them dry up. It's kind of like, it's called chop and drop for the most part, where I'm just cutting the weeds, throwing them right here, letting them compost right in the garden. And then, yes, I might get some more weeds, but I'm gonna do the same thing with them. And that really enriches my soil. So there's a tip for you, just composting in the garden instead of throwing those weeds somewhere else. And there's, I throw them in between the rows. That works out fine for me. And that's why I have a row here, like a foot wide, so I can just throw the stuff right in it. And it's not gonna be a problem with the plants. If you have like a raised bed or something, you might need to just throw them out of the garden. But everything seems to be doing really well. So we got a lucky year this year, and I think we're gonna have some good crops. But there's the tomato update. Just wanted to let you guys know that they did not die and show you, how much they've grown and everything. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And once again, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.